Hi everyone, my name is Arthi De Rosario. I'm the naturopath at Guts of the Matter. Um, Posting videos currently is pretty tricky. I spend a lot of time doing homeschooling and just trying to retain a sense of sanity in my home through our second lockdown in Melbourne, which seems to be dragging on for a really long time. um, I really wanted to discuss boundaries. I'd actually made a video on boundaries uh, previously, but never got around to uploading it. Boundary setting is essential. Um, it's an essential part of self care, actually. It's a really, really important part of knowing how to be strong enough to stand up for what you believe in. Not a lot of us have that skill. I'm pretty poor at standing up for myself and knowing what I want and being able to state quite clearly that this is what I want, or this is what I need to feel okay. I'm finding I usually get to a point where I'm creating or setting boundaries purely out of necessity, where I just don't have a choice. Emotionally, I do not have any more energy to give to a project, and I've got to set a very firm boundary to say, I just can't do this anymore. Physically, sometimes I need to set a boundary and say, I just cannot physically work myself any harder than this at the gym or on a walk or whatever it is. Emotionally, setting boundaries are really tough. Or setting boundaries face to face with people is a really, really hard thing to do. Last week, for the last few weeks actually, my son has been setting some very firm boundaries with me. And that has been eye opening. I'm beyond proud of the fact that he is able to stand up for himself in a situation where he just is not feeling comfortable, not feeling heard, not feeling that he is getting what he needs out of this situation. To be able to stand up to somebody you love and to be able to very firmly draw a line in the sand and say, this is not okay with me, is an incredible thing to be able to do. Of course, I'm taken aback and I now need to regain my footing and redefine the parameters of my relationship with him. I do not ever want him to think that it is not okay to state a boundary. However, there definitely has to be some training around how the boundary is stated. A little bit less yelling and tantrum throwing or object throwing might be a better way to do things. But still, even as adults, my focus would probably be on setting the boundary and practicing having that skill and a sense of wanting to preserve my sense of self first before I refine my technique. So the first step would be to just be able to say no. Practice not having to explain yourself, or explain briefly why not. When someone says, "Oh, can you just do me this favor? It won't take you very long. Please, just help a mate out." Being able to just say, "No, not today," and try not to apologize for it. "Oh no, I'm sorry, I can't." There's no need to be sorry. It's okay to say no. It's a highly undesirable trait in society for people to say no to each other and to put themselves first. But I think it's an incredibly important boundary to draw for people to understand that you're willing to help out and give as much as you can when you can, but you have limits. You have to also preserve some of your energy, some of your time for the things that are important to you, to be able to make sure your buckets are filled, your needs are being met. Very challenging. If any of you have any tips on how, or want to share how you set your boundaries, or really kind ways to be clear about what your needs are and how certain situations are not meeting your needs, that would be incredible to hear. Thanks for listening, guys.